In a world where any death means the end, hardcore Minecraft presents many challenges and risks. Through various builds and farms, I have survived 1,000 days of hardcore Minecraft in this world. I have beaten Ender Dragons and Withers, and have made a system to involve each of my viewers in the world. This is a tour of that world. Howdy, y'all. Your boy's best dressed on Twitch once again. How we doing, y'all? We got a bunch of people in here. Brett grabbing first? Easy, dude. It's yours. Angel, how you doing? Claw, Snowy Mad Doggy. Brett with the yeet. Good to have you. Graphy, how you doing? I've basically just been running around, y'all. My wife made an amazing dinner. Some nice enchiladas. Hey, crazy boys, you're gonna miss it, dude. Missing the world tour. Gotta load into the world first, and then we can show it off. So, y'all, the plan today is to start with the world tour. So we're right in the middle, as you can tell by my day count, day 999. I'm basically looking straight at it. It's right there. Day 999. Chief, how you doing, my man? So yeah, we're right in the middle of day 999, and we're gonna go from spawn of this world, which has changed a little bit because of the update, and then we're gonna go check out all the builds. I made a little like sticky note of like all the builds that we've done, so that I know kind of what we're after and where to go and in what order. Lugnut would be proud of my sticky note. I don't know if he's here, but Lugnut would be proud. It's like right in the middle of the night. Should we sleep and wake up on day 1000, or should we stay up all night and party away, dude? You didn't see that. I'm doing it, y'all. I'm doing it. I'm looking him in the eyes. All right, y'all. It's time. What do you know, dude? Look at that sunrise. It's gonna peek over that water. Oh.
Here comes a raid.
Mumkey, what a beautifully timed raid. We are watching the sunrise on my 1000th day in this hardcore world. No, it's day 1000! Yo! Clip it, y'all. Look at that. Those 4 digits, dude. Woo! So we're going to show off kind of what we've done, starting at spawn. Now, spawn is somewhere over here. This is actually not what spawn looked like when I first spawned in. Spawn was an island, but because of the new generation of the terrain, this is roughly where spawn was. We'll say that this is spawn. Alright. So with it being just an island, your boy was like... Wait. Your boy was just thinking... I was thinking, you know, where do I go? So I put the boat down, and I just row. At this point, I was just kind of rowing about. I had rolled a couple seeds to see like what I might like. You know, I was looking around. Nothing really caught my eye until I was kind of rowing. Obviously, we could see land. You know, when I first started, obviously nothing was built. So I had been kind of rowing, and what first caught my attention is, you can see the Guardian right there, an ocean monument so close to the water, which actually right next to this water where some of my builds are, used to be a village. So having a village right there with an ocean monument was huge. Guardian? Hello? Where'd you go? So I wanted to kind of show you guys around my world in order. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of my, some of the various things that I've built.
Follow.
Thanks. Yo, Chan, thank you for the follow. So, my starter house, which I do have a video on my YouTube channel if you want to build the same exact thing. Same exact thing. I put my starter house right here because originally I would walk out my house and right across this little hill was village. And I was like, that's perfect. I'll put my house a little bit away and then we'll deal with the village later. Obviously there's no village there anymore. You get the idea. Upstairs in my house, we've got our enchantment set up. You love to see it. Got an anvil, you know, all the good stuff. I haven't used this in a long time, but it's here. We got nice big roofs. This used to have tons of storage in it until I built my storage room, which we'll see later. And obviously my first way to get some diamonds and whatnot. So now when we walk out, we see two guardians in my house. We got Winter Guy and we got Jellyvent. Couple things. This little guy is not tied up in any way, but is stuck to my house and has been there for hundreds and hundreds of days. Now moving on from here, you'll notice that I'm really walking fast, not only with beacon effects, but you may see, we can look right here, right underneath this, we've got some soul sand because I've got soul speed 3 on my boots. I thought I should make a soul sand pathway. So originally when we were walking on through here, I had just a horse, which actually we can take this guy right now. So I would always take this horse over here, and we haven't been here in a long time. This is my skeleton farm, which I never use anymore, y'all. And it's a nice little build. So when I first used this, obviously they're gonna start spawning. I decided to use some tinted glass. I thought tinted glass would be a good move for in here because we could look right in. They'll go up just like any other skeleton farm. They'll come right back down. I got, you know, lots of stuff in here. Lots of stuff I really don't need. It's nice because they fall into this little guy, so they make a little noise. But, you know, just taking them out. Nice and easy. We got a bed in here. We can go right back up. Never use the horse either, but we leave him right there. It's been named. This is a big... Well, really, it's not really the iron farm next. This is my villager. Hey, Space Monkey, thanks for the follow. The next thing we got after, you know, looking at the skeleton farm is the villager breeder. Now the villager breeder is out this way. I wanted to keep it close to the water, and it was easier to transport my villagers because the village used to be out that way. You could see it just out there, and so we just put them in boats. And this is a villager breeder. Pretty simple design. Nothing, you know, too intense about it. We've got a couple of people that have sang in the choir up here. We got Envylock who sang in the choir, and Jug. We just raided Jug last night, so good to have them singing in the choir as well. This was a really fun build to make and has been incredibly useful to supply the villager hall. The villager hall has been such a good little trading hall. There's a couple of starter villagers like cartographers that I wanted to get. We got farmers so we can get golden carrots. And the rest of these guys on this side trade iron. So, well, except for this guy. I don't know why this one didn't. But this guy, you know, gets his iron trade. We also can get some easy armor. We trade a bunch of iron to those guys for emeralds. Hang on, I gotta turn off the friendly creatures, or at least really low. And over here we have two different kinds of villagers. We have our clerics, which we trade our rotten flesh to, and we buy redstone from. And then we've got our librarians, which have our various enchantments and different things like name tags and all that. So this is a super useful place for me, getting tons of emeralds. And then we got my boy Lugnut, one of the mods here. Moving on from here, we've got our iron farm. So this iron farm is a cool design by Quinnybags. I'm gonna go up there to kind of show off this this iron farm. So we have 4 different quadrants of the same thing. Every quadrant, we have 5 villagers that are sleeping in here. We have a zombie right on the outside that's in a minecart. Can't get them, but they freak out the whole time. And then above is the spawning platform where the iron golems spawn. You can hear this one going through the lava. When he dies, his iron will go through here, get popped right out. We got several going at the same time. We can have up to 4 golems at the same time. And we have tons and tons of iron. Just double chests full. That one has a lot of flowers, but yeah, we have so much iron, more than I know what to do with. We're gonna go check out our auto farmers. So once again, still working with some villagers. We've got a few villagers in here that do some auto farming for me. I don't ever come in here anymore. But essentially all they do is they farm this stuff, which is carrots and potatoes, and they go try to toss it to this villager. So underneath, we go through and we have tons of carrots and tons of potatoes that I'm never going to need. After this, we have our mob farm, which you can see right above me. The mob farm is such a useful thing early and at the point of the game I'm at. When we go up to the mob farm, obviously it's way up here, so we get the best rates. Originally, I used this as an XP farm. So right now, I've got these campfires in here, super great. But before, it was there was no campfires and there were slabs, and I would hit them and get the XP. Now we just use it for the drops. The drops are so nice to have. Obviously, we don't really need all these arrows, but the bones are really nice to have. And then we have miscellaneous things in here, tons of bone blocks, bows. But all we gotta do is just sit here, and even in daytime, you'll see them start to fall. Unless it's broken in between the last time that I've used it, and that would be hilarious. So yeah, this thing has been super helpful getting all these drops. It's where I get all my gunpowder, all my bones, all my anything. It has been so great to have. After we made this, I was thinking, I need a raid farm. I need a farm that will get me totems so I don't have to worry about dying. So the raid farm is this big giant area in which the raid can spawn. We come over here with the bad omen, which I don't have right now. But because I got a couple of villagers in here with some beds, as long as I'm in this radius, there will be a raid that spawns. And they basically fall down this giant hole, and down at the bottom of this hole, we collect all their drops. So after the raid farm, I needed a true storage room, and our big circular dome that you see straight ahead is our storage room. I really wanted this storage room to look grand. So going in here, I've got a fun floor pattern. So I wanted to use black stone, but then I also wanted to use the amethyst. So we've got amethyst blocks down there with some amethyst, the budding amethyst right there. As you can see, I've got a little bug with my water. That's all good. In various areas of this storage room, we've got lots of barrels and double-sided storage. So there are, kind of themes for different areas. We do have different things, like a lot of different mob heads from Vanilla Tweaks. Again, more mob heads. We also use different armor stands, like you've seen in the world from different people. Over here, we've got some food, and then like big chunks of, blocks, like stone, cobblestone, dirt, all that kind of stuff. Moving over here, we have a lot of mob drops. We got ender pearls, a lot of, I guess I've already traded all this, but various mob drops, which are nice to have. They're all in one area. Obviously, I don't have a lot of things in my storage. We could organize it more, but I'd like to do automated storage in maybe my next 1,000 days. We will see. So yeah, and then around this side, we got some of our ores. We got a good chunk of diamonds, redstone, coal, all that kind of stuff. We got all the various ores around here, and different things that entail with that. Lots of iron blocks from the iron farm. We got some different potions, lots of fire resistance, and you'll see why later. We got our emeralds right here, tons and tons of emeralds. We have various tools, and one of our projects right now is to fill up a shulker box. Forgot about this guy. A shulker box full of netherite picks, or at least diamond picks. We have some fun miscellaneous things in here. We have made a conduit, so that's going to really help our ocean monument build. Obviously some netherite. We got a bunch of name tags from trading. The dragon egg, of course. We did get pig step, although we don't have other side yet. And yeah, just some other various things in here. We got a good amount of shulker shells that I don't use them all. And we have some armor. There's a lot of it's from end busting. But yeah, this storage room is not the best, but it works. It is a good step. Moving forward into the next part of the build. So after this was done, I had to think of my first big project. And my first big project that I want to do was a gold farm. And I knew that I'd make this gold farm above the nether. like I've done before, but I knew I wanted to be more than just the circular farm that I've always done. So what I ended up deciding to do was making it basically right inside of a hot air balloon. We come up into what looks like, daytime. I think so. And then we start running down here, a giant hot air balloon that looks like it's ascending into the nether portal, which kind of ties into some lore with, are the piglins trying to escape? And this is kind of a 2 farms in 1 kind of deal. So when I go up above the hot air balloon, we go up above this guy, I can go right to the gold farm. They come down here, have the storage stuff auto sort. We have a lot of stuff. Rotten flesh is nice to trade. Everything else though goes straight into a trash can. See that lava? Straight into the trash can. After this, what I do is I fly right back up and we go right back down to the basket. And this basket has a piglin bartering farm in it. So what I do is I come up here and place a little bit of gold. Like, this is very little, but this is just to show you guys kind of what we're doing. We're gonna come right here. Once we press this button, it's gonna start dispensing the gold. And we'll keep dispensing it until they finish out all the gold. And then we auto sorted their drops. So, we got lots of gravel, and it kind of is a lot of in this area, but then we've got some other good stuff like leather and obsidian and crying obsidian. These things are so nice to have. We do have some excess things. That's where I get a lot of fire resistance, like I talked about earlier. We get a lot of spectral arrows and different things. But they go through it so fast because I've got 6 of them. Now, this was a project that took me a lot of time. It took me, most, if not, it had to have taken more than half of the first 1,000 days. Not just grinding the materials out. Now that you guys have seen this though, to get all these materials took me a lot. And we're gonna go check out a few farms that helped me get those, amount of things. Like the different colors for dye. We used a lot of wool for carpet. We use a lot of bamboo for this build. So we're gonna go check out those different farms right now to kind of get an idea for what we're gonna do. We get to say hi to Tree, who's singing the choir. We get to say hi to Lady Yoda, who's singing the choir. And we get to say hi to Izzy, who's sang in the choir. So going to some of the farms that we had that make up the preparation for the big gold farm is we have our wool farm right here. This has all of our different colors of wool. So if I want brown wool, I can come right here, red, and we've got all the different pieces around here. And right about here is where I pop my first totem. Oh my lord. Somebody better clip it. We go around all around here and we do that. So we had yellow in there and we use this yellow wool and this orange wool and whatnot for the build to make carpet. And so it was really nice to have this. We had to build this early on. I really like this build. I like this build because we have a little grassy area on top with a fun azalea tree. Yo, Big E, thank you for the follow. Let's go ahead and sleep real quick before we show off some of the other ones. After the wool farm, I knew I needed dye, so I knew I needed to make a flower farm. Now you should make a flower farm in like a meadow biome or a flower forest or different things like that, but it still works pretty well. We got this nice little build around it. So inside you can kind of see where it works. I'll bring some bone meal and put it right in here. After that, I come around here and I turn it on. And you can see it start to work. I don't think I have any bone meal in it right now. The water turns back on and brings things all the way back down. So they come in these hoppers. And then we got all these different flowers in here. Now when I combine various flowers, we get different colors. So we got enough colors from these flowers, and I was very happy with that. Now this bamboo farm is a smaller bamboo farm, but it definitely gets the job done We have lots of bamboo coming through here, and I use it a lot for fuel for my furnaces. So that's a nice one to have. It's all right inside there. There's no glass or anything. So all of those really contributed to making that giant gold farm. And that gold farm is one of my favorite builds to date. One of the most favorite builds that I've ever done on any world ever. So very proud of that one. Up next, we have this whole area over here, which I told you at the beginning of the world tour was the village on the other side, but actually in this little valley was the water. So you see the water that comes right up to there. The water actually came all the way through this valley and filled this whole thing up. So it was like this big bay. But I thought it would be cooler if we drained it out and put some different designs with the big wheat hill. And so that's what we did. So a lot of different designs in here. It's terraformed a ton, which I'm very happy about. But first we're going to start with our sugarcane farm. Now this is a bigger version of the sugarcane farm that I built at the beginning of my world, because I needed a small one for books and whatnot. But this sugarcane farm definitely does really well. After that, up on top of this hill, we have our tree farm. Now this tree farm is nothing too special, but what we're able to do is we're able to take something like an oak sapling, and I hope I have some bone meal over here. I do have some bone meal, that's nice. So we come right up here with our sapling, put it on the edge, bone meal it, and boom, we got a nice little tree. Now a lot of this will fall, and there are various ways to do this, but I wanted this kind of build. We can drop that right in there. It's gonna go right down to our little collection system, which is really nice. Now after that, I wanted a moss farm. I wanted a moss farm because I wanted to be able to terraform my base with moss carpet and, light blocks. Unfortunately, I don't have a light block source, so that's gonna have to wait, but this moss farm is crazy good. We turn this guy on, and you'll see it running real well. All we gotta do is turn it off, and then it'll stop pushing them out. Now on top of our hill on this side, we do have a bee farm. This bee farm is kind of massive. It took me a long time to breed up these bees, but it is great to have. So we have all these bees. In the middle, we've got them doing honeycombs. We have a bunch of honeycomb blocks. And then on the sides, we got honey bottles. And I put a lot of honey back in my base already. But all I do is I make sure that there's honey bottles. And I should have basically a stack in every slot of bottles. Then over here, we just make sure that the dispensers are looking good. And now, to kind of close out this new area that we've recently finished, we have a couple of just, fun builds. They don't have any farms associated with it. We've got the little fishing hut over here, like the fishing dock. And so we've got some fun different things all on the side. We're hanging from the ceiling. We got some fishes hanging from the ceiling. Various. You got the squid head here. We got the nice fishing rod. All those different things. We got the barrels, our little maps, which we can look at and be like, where am I going? Then out here we can go and fish, which I did a bunch of recently. You get some nautilus shells. Then our final build that we have not touched on yet is the lighthouse. Now, the lighthouse is where we start and finish every stream. So we're able to come in here, and we got a little throne inside that allows us to sit and hang out with chat. And we just sit right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Just like this. We hang out with chat. And on this sunset, y'all, that's going to conclude our world tour as it currently stands. If you enjoyed this tour and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and head over to Twitch and follow. My schedule is Tuesday through Saturday night Pacific Standard Time, usually around 8 or 9 p.m. That link is in the description. If you have watched all the way to the end, thank you, and I look forward to the next world tour. See you soon.